Hi, welcome to this week's reading of the Ocean Oracle for the week beginning the 3rd of December 2018. I'm Sue Marty, creator of the deck, and I'd like to thank you for having a listen. Alright, just shuffling the deck, setting the intention for what might help moving forward this week, or something that we need to hear. It can be individually or collectively. So nothing is kind of jumping out. So we're going to spread the deck. And that one. Number 2, kelp, strength. Nice. All right. I think we haven't had this one. So the story. The diver was tangled in the kelp. The long arms of this giant seaweed spread out in all directions. He could not quite get clear of it, yet intuitively knew he was in no physical danger. He surrendered into the space and just flowed with its movement. He eventually followed one segment of the kelp down to where it was anchored, and as he did so, he noticed all the other arms anchored to this point as well. Down below the surface, this giant kelp was anchored to a rock, which in turn was held firmly by the ocean floor. The kelp entrusted this rock to provide a secure base, so that it could extend itself outwards, feeling and growing in many different directions. It did not question the security of the rock. It simply had faith in its anchor. The safe anchor allowed for the kelp to follow its own path, gathering sustenance from its surroundings to nurture its well-being. The messages. Draw strength from a solid anchor. Follow your thoughts, your travels, your life, back to the base where you gather strength. No matter how tangled you get in your life, know there is strength there, lying just below the surface. Disentangle yourself with intent from your situation to see a clear path forward. The act of surrender may be your strongest option. Surrender into your heart space to gain the strength and clarity you need. Yeah, so this one I think is great moving forward into this kind of crazy holiday season, because we can certainly feel really discombobulated and pulled in many different directions and not quite sure where our safe anchor is, as you kind of go from one thing to another. And unless you're really grounded and securely fastened to something which keeps you grounded or keeps you in place, it can be quite easy to kind of get lost among the weeds, so to speak, or the seaweed in this case. And I think this card is a reminder that if or when that happens, to kind of tap back into yourself, follow yourself back down to where you are actually grounded or anchored. And sometimes that can be something immediate, like your job or your house or your partner, but sometimes it's something a little further down, like your childhood, your home, an auntie, a relative, a time, and kind of, when you're off in that, not kind of knowing where you are, if you can follow it back, and then it's like, oh, okay, that's right, here's my base, and okay, take a breath, and then go out again, because I don't know as if we're necessarily meant to be kind of stuck and lodged or secured in one place. I think we're meant to go forward and explore, but when you don't have something that grounds you back, that can feel that can be scary. It can feel what the word is, kind of that you're a bit lost. So we I think it benefits us to be able to go back to that which anchors us and kind of touch base and go off again. You know, it's like kids. As they learn to walk and explore, they, you know, go from being kind of there with a parent or guardian or someone watching them all around them, like they're always there. And then once they start walking and they go exploring, and then they get so far and they can't see their caregiver, and they get freaked out and they scream, and then they run back and they find you and they go, oh, okay, this is okay, I've got my base. And then they're able to go back out further, and it's that sense of safety, but also exploration. It's a balance of that as well. So yes, so yeah, that's it, I guess, going forward in this week. Finding that place which offers you strength, but not necessarily confinement, if that makes sense. So yes, thanks again for having a listen, and if you want more information or order a deck, www.theoceanoracle.com. And they make great Christmas presents, but they're taking ages to get through the post at the moment. So if you are looking for a gift, just be aware of that. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully we will see you next week.